hear us, Councillor? Can everyone see and hear Councillor?
Councillor Branton, can I just confirm that you can see and hear us?
Try again.
Councillor
Yeah.
Branton, can I confirm you can see and hear us?
Yeah, I can see you and hear.
We can't hear.
We can't hear. Councillor Branton, we're just checking. We just can't hear you. Can't tell that she's on. She can hear us.
That's right.
Councillor Branton, can you hear us?
I can hear you fine. My laptop
We
is also...
can't hear you, Councillor Branton.
Sarah speaking. Hey. Yeah, so my laptop... Oh.
We can hear you, Sarah. Councillor Branton, thank you. Thank you. Nothing like a little bit of technology to start off a meeting. I instruct Channel 31 to start live streaming the meeting. Welcome everyone to tonight's council meeting. I am the Chief Executive Officer, Fiona Blair. I declare this meeting open at 6:03. I would like to welcome members of the public who have joined us tonight. The purpose of this meeting is for Council to elect a Mayor, consider whether to establish the position of Deputy Mayor and elect a Deputy Mayor if that position is established. In the unlikely event of an emergency, please follow the direction of councillor officers. I would like to note that I have given approval for Channel 31 to live stream this meeting. A recording of the meeting will be published on Council's website. Please stand for the acknowledgement of country. On behalf of Brimbank City Council, I respectfully acknowledge and recognise the Wurundjeri and Bunurong peoples as the traditional custodians of this land and pay respect to their elders past, present and future. I ask councillors to remain standing for the council commitment. Others may be seated. As the council, councillors will act in the best interest of the Brimbank community and consider the immediate and long-term impacts of their decisions. Councillors will make these decisions fairly and without bias. Councillors will uphold all of their obligations under the laws of Victoria and Council's local laws and will act in accordance with their code of conduct. Councillors, please be seated. Councillors, I note that Councillor Liu is an apology this evening. I also note that Councillor Kerr is on a leave of absence. Before we move to the task of electing the Mayor, Council must first decide if the term of the Mayor is to be 1 or 2 years in accordance with the Local Government Act 2020. Councillors, in accordance with Rule 42 of the Brimbank Governance Rules, that debate must always be relevant to the motion. Please confine your debate to the topic of the motion, which is the term of the Mayor. Councillors, is there a mover of a motion? Councillor Tarkos.
Madam CEO, I move that the term of the Mayor remain 1 year. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Tarkos. Is there a seconder of the motion? Councillor Razik.
I second the motion. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Razik. Councillor Tarkos, would you like to speak to the motion?
No, thank you, Madam CEO.
Thank you, Councillor Tarkos. Councillor Razik, would you like to speak to the motion?
No, thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Razik. Before I call for... Oh, thank you. Would anyone else like to speak on the motion? I put the motion to the vote. All in favour, please raise your hand. That motion has passed. Thank you, councillors. Before I call for nominations for the position of Mayor, I will explain how the election will work. The election must be held in accordance with the Local Government Act 2020 and Brimbank Governance Rules. When I call for nominations, councillors may nominate themselves or another councillor. Councillors nominating a candidate must raise their hand and will be called upon to state their nomination. The name of the nominated councillor will then be displayed in writing on the screen behind me. Councillor attending by electronic means, please raise your hand in front of your face so I can clearly see your intention to speak. I will then ask the nominee whether they accept the nomination. The nomination needs to be seconded by another councillor, so I will then ask for a seconder of each nomination. If there is no seconder for the nomination, then the nomination lapses. If there is only one nomination, the candidate will be declared to be duly elected. If there is more than one nomination, councillors are required to vote for one of the candidates. I will take the vote of the candidates in alphabetical order by surnames. Please note that there is no opportunity to speak for or against nominations. Councillors, I call for nominations for the position of Mayor of Brimbank City Council. Councillor Nguyen, who are you nominating?
Thank you, Madam CEO. I would love to nominate Councillor Bruce Lancashire for the position of Mayor, and I believe he will deliver results and accountability for the community.
Thank you, Councillor Nguyen. Councillor Lancashire, do you accept the nomination?
Thank you, Acting Mayor. Yes, I do. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Lancashire. Second. Do I have a seconder? Councillor Razik.
I second that. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Razik.
Any more?
Councillors, are there any other nominations? In accordance with the Brimbank Governance Rules, as there is only one candidate, I declare Councillor Bruce Lancashire to be duly elected Mayor of Brimbank City Council. Congratulations, Councillor Lancashire. Thank you. Our new Mayor will now be presented with the mayoral robes and chain and will return as Chair in a few minutes. Congratulations. I now invite the Mayor, Councillor Lancashire, to assume the chair and address the meeting.
Thank you. Wirram, welcome. I'm Bruce Lancashire, the new Mayor of Brimbank. Brimbank City Council respectfully acknowledges and recognises the Wurundjeri and Marranong people as the traditional custodians of this land and pay respect to their elders, past, present and future. I would like, first of all, to thank my fellow councillors for electing me Mayor. As a councillor, it is an honour and privilege to serve the Brimbank community. I would also like to thank my friends and family who put in such a fantastic effort in helping me get elected for this term and the previous term of council. My wife Julie was not only my inspiration for running for local government, but undertook so much effort and time in helping to make my campaign a success and supporting me during my time as councillor. For Julie and I, local government is in our blood. We have both worked in local government and look back fondly on that experience. I have a relative who was on the local roads board here, which was a precursor to local government. Julie's father was a councillor and mayor at Croydon City Council, and her uncle was a councillor and mayor at Broadmeadows Council. First of all, I must congratulate the outgoing mayor and deputy mayor for their excellent work for the city of Brimbank over the last year. Councillor Jasmine Nguyen has set a very high standard for this role. As Brimbank's first Vietnamese Australian mayor, Jasmine has made her local and Brimbank community very proud. A tough act to follow. Councillor Thuy Dang has also performed admirably in her role as deputy mayor, and we all thank her for her dedication and work in this position. It is also of considerable pride to our local Vietnamese community to have both at the same time a mayor and deputy mayor of Vietnamese heritage for the city of Brimbank. Can I also say that this amazing group of councillors, including Jasmine Nguyen, Councillor Thuy Dang, Councillor Victoria Borg, Councillor Sarah Branton, Councillor Sam David, Councillor Maria Kerr, Councillor Trung Lu, Councillor Jay Papalia, Councillor Runka Russick and Councillor Virginia Tarkos all need to be commended for their incredible efforts and dedication in working to make life better for the people of Brimbank. Of course, what makes us look good is the hard work of our CEO, Fiona Blair, Lily Dumble, Director, Community Wellbeing, Georgie Hill, Director Advocacy, Partnerships and Community Engagement, Shane Marr, Director Organisational Excellence, Kevin Walsh, Director City Development, Neil Whiteside, Director Infrastructure and City Services, and all of our fantastic Brimbank Council staff. Your efforts have greatly appreciated by councillors and the community. What is of significance and importance to councillors is the prodigious amount of work that has been completed in relation to upgrading and improving council's parks and facilities and setting a significant number of new policies that will benefit our community into the future. Some of these policies include the Brimbank Council Plan, Sports Facility Development Plan, Community Services Infrastructure Plan, Disability Action Plan, Creating Better Parks Policy and Plan, reforms to our waste collection services, Climate Change Emergency Plan, Economic Development Strategy, Transforming Brimbank Strategy, Youth Mental Health Strategy, Mental Wellbeing Plan, Social and Affordable Housing, Transport Priorities Paper, 10-year Asset Plan, Creating Streets for People Policy, Domestic Management Plan, Brimbank Advocacy Plan, Early Years Facilities Review, Festivals, Facilities and Events Policy and Strategy, Calder Park Drive Level Crossing Removal Project Urban Design Principles. That's a mouthful. Green Gully Reserve Northern Precinct Enhancement Plan, and the massive document, the council budget, just to name a few. We have also undertaken to investigate the change of name of Sydenham Park to a more local Indigenous name, which I'm looking forward to as a bit of fun and interesting, and maybe learning some more about the local language. Council is also continuing the special rate scheme for the Sunshine Town Centre, marketing and business development, which will help in securing the successful development and operation of a vital commercial centre within Brimbank. Council has completed a full review of its planning scheme policies in accordance with the formats set by the state government, a massive task for our planners. We have also proposed the establishment of an Aboriginal community centre. A community garden proposal by the Taylors Lakes Lions Club has also been approved. We have completed and opened the Brimbank and Aquatic Wellness Centre that was set in train by the previous councillors and has exceeded all operational and financial expectations. Well done there. Our advocacy program has been very successful, with grants and proposals now set for improving the Sunshine and Albion railway stations, design and construction of all the railroad intersections throughout Brimbank, and commencement of the design and business case for Calder Park Drive and Calder Park Freeway interchange have been done. As can be seen from all this, Council has achieved a lot and will need to work on these policies and projects over the next 2 years. However, there's still a lot more to do in our remaining time as councillors. In this regard, the 3rd year of our term is very important. In additional future ideas and issues for Council to work on include helping the owners of Solomon Heights resolve over 50 years of ecological and development issues, developing Sydenham Park into a significant tourism centre for Brimbank, including recreation, conservation, Aboriginal and early settler themes. $500,000 has been promised by the state government to help establish a sports precinct at Sydenham Park. Improving our social connectivity and the community through a charity mayoral ball and holding multicultural song contest at Stack, I hope will be considered by Council in the future. Improving our communication with the community through a regular self-funding newsletter and establishing a podcast, Brimbank TV service, has been raised, in fact, by Council staff on a visit to a library, you may recall. Establishing an urban forest and solar farm at Energy Park, including the potential for residential development of adjoining land with connectivity to the new Albion station, will be considered. The redevelopment of Sunshine and Albion stations will continue to be a stimulus to redevelopment in this area, and Council should take every opportunity to maximise this potential. The biggest problem this Council faces is rate capping. This budgetary limit will have a significant impact in our ability to undertake new projects and build new facilities in the future. To deal with this, we are going to need to significantly improve the efficiency and operation of our Council. This difficult task will fall largely on our Chief Executive Officer and management team to implement. However, we have a great Council and executive management team. I have every confidence that working together we will be able to achieve these significant results for the Brimbank community in the future. I thank you. We will now determine whether to establish the role of Deputy Mayor. Councillors, in accordance with Rule 42 of the Brimbank Governance Rules, please confine your debate to the motion. Councillors, is there a mover of a motion regarding the position of Deputy Mayor? Councillor Tarkos.
Newly elected Mayor, I propose that we establish the position of Deputy Mayor. Thank you.
For
For the term of 1 year. Sorry, for the term of 1 year. Thank you.
Is there a seconder to the motion? Councillor
I'd like
Baillieu?
to second the motion. Thank you.
Thank you.
Councillor Tarkos,
Councillor Tarkos,
would you like to speak to the motion?
would you like to speak to the motion?
No, thank you, Mr Mayor.
The seconder, would you like to speak to the motion?
No, thank you.
Anybody else like to speak to the motion?
Anyone else like to speak to the motion?
Call for a vote.
I put the motion to the vote. All those in favour, please raise your hand.
Motion carries.
Motion carried.
Now I'm going to call for nominations. By text.
When I call for nominations, councillors may nominate themselves or another councillor. Councillors nominating a candidate must raise their hand and will be called upon to state their nomination. The name of the nominated councillor will then be displayed in writing on the screen behind me. Councillors attending remotely, please raise your hand in front of your face so I can clearly see your intention to speak. I will then ask the nominee whether they accept the nomination. The nomination needs to be seconded by another councillor, so I will then ask for a seconder for each nomination. If there is no seconder for the nomination, then the nomination lapses. If there is only one nomination, the candidate will be declared to be fully elected. If there is more than one nomination, councillors are required to vote for one of the candidates. I will take the vote on candidates in alphabetical order by surnames. Please note there is no opportunity to speak for or against nominations. Councillors, I call for nominations for the position of Deputy Mayor of Brimbank City Council. Councillor Papalia.
I'd like to nominate Councillor Rankarasic for Deputy Mayor. Thank you.
Councillor Rankarasic,
Do you accept the nomination?
do you accept the nomination?
Yes, I do. Thank you.
Seconder.
We need, do I have a seconder for that?
Yes, Mr Mayor, I second it.
Thank you, Councillor David.
Any other nominations?
Are there any other nominations? Yes, Councillor Tarkos.
I would like to nominate Councillor Borg for Deputy Mayor. Thank you.
Councillor Borg, do you accept the nomination?
Yes, I do. Thank you.
Do I have a seconder for that nomination?
You've got Sarah on the screen?
Yes.
Sarah on the screen?
Yes, Councillor Branton. You have a seconder for that nomination.
Thank you. I'd like to second that.
Thank you, Councillor Branton. Do I have any other nominations? No. Councillors, as we have two candidates, I will now proceed to take a vote to elect the Deputy Mayor. Voting will be by show of hands. Councillors can vote for themselves or another councillor. Councillors are required to vote for one of the candidates. To be elected Deputy Mayor, a candidate must get the votes of an absolute majority of the councillors of Brimbank City Council. That is at least 6 votes. Let's begin. Councillors, we have 2 candidates for the position of Deputy Mayor, Councillor Borg and Councillor Rasic. I will call for votes in alphabetical order by surnames. Those voting for Councillor Borg, please raise your hand. We have 3 votes
You have to say
for
the name
Councillor Borg.
and say the names of the councillors who voted.
Sorry.
Do you need to say their names? Is it
Oh,
Councillor
yes,
Borg?
yes,
Councillor
okay.
Tarkos?
Councillor Borg,
Yes. Councillor Tarkos?
Councillor Tarkos and Councillor Branton. Thank you.
Perfect. So, Rasic.
Those voting for Councillor Rasic, please raise your hand.
have 6 votes.
We have one, two, sorry.
Say the names.
No, yeah. Councillor Dang, Councillor Papalia, Councillor Russick, Councillor Nguyen, Councillor David and Councillor Lancashire. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Absolute majority.
We have... Oops. In accordance with the Brimbank governance rules, having received the votes of an absolute majority, I declare Councillor Runkarasic to be duly elected Deputy Mayor of Brimbank City Council. Congratulations, Councillor Russick.
Close the meeting. Now done.
Thank you all for attending and for your interest in tonight's meeting. I declare this meeting closed at 6:27. I instruct Channel 31 to stop recording this meeting. Thank you.